Hi guys, and I'm actually at BYD's new UK headquarters here in Uxbridge. They very kindly invited us along, to have a look at their fancy new offices here, to check out some of the cars, and there's an interesting new model, an SUV version of the Seal that's on display. I'll bring you that in a separate video. I have actually reviewed their range of cars. I've done the Dolphin, I've done the Atto 3, and I have done the Seal. But I've done the Seal in all-wheel drive, not in rear-wheel drive. So this is the rear-wheel drive version. So I thought, whilst I'm here, let's do a quick drive in the rear-wheel drive car and see what that's like. Basically, the car is very similar, almost exactly the same as the Seal that I've already reviewed. So I'm not going to go into too much detail when it comes to sitting in the car in the rear and stuff like that. I'll just give you a quick walk around. I'll just show you the boot quickly, and I'll just show you the rear and the interior quickly. But really, it's all about, let's see how it feels on the road and how does it compare with the Seal all-wheel drive that I drove before. If you want to check out that review, I'll put the link above below. So I recommend that you go and look at that one for a more detailed look at the car and the interior of the car. But actually, this one's all just going to be about the drive.
A brown car guy. Brown car guy.
There's no point checking out the boots. Well, they have things in here. So there you go. Quick look at the rear. Plenty of legroom there, look. And there we have the front of the car. Very nicely appointed, you gotta say. Very, very cool. Hope you're enjoying this video. If you are, make sure you hit that like button, comment, share, tell the world. Right, so let's start it up. That's it, you just press the starter button, screen comes on. We'll put it into drive, which is just literally down like that. Now, I might move back a little bit and move this upright a little bit. There you go. But it's actually quite familiar to me, this car. I spent a lot of time in the Seal, as some of you might recall if you saw my video where I basically followed the Superloop in London. I say I'm familiar with the car, and of course I used the wrong side to use the indicators. But so I drove basically in the Seal. I circumnavigated London to try and follow as much as possible the route of the Superloop bus in London, and I did that in a Seal, which actually proved to be an ideal car for it, because in terms of electric power, it had plenty, and of course electric cars perform very well in city traffic, because the stop go actually helps with the regen and the recovery, or recovers charge in the battery. So actually it's like the perfect car. And also it was a very serene, very comfortable, very easy car to drive around in. And I think that was like one of the key things. It was just so smooth and so easy. It was extraordinary. So out here, the first impression you get is of a very serene, very comfortable ride. There is a little bit of movement in the chassis, so you can feel like typically that you get with electric cars. You do get a little bit of movement from the surface, so you can feel that the platform is really quite rigid, and some of that does then translate into the cabin and into your bottom, because you can certainly feel the road surface. So that aspect of it is there. The serenity of the car, of course, is not in question, and it reminds me back again of why it was so comfortable to drive around all day in London, in the chaos of London, in one of these, because it was just so serene and so comfortable. Just on regen braking, so it doesn't have one pedal mode as such, but there is enough regen braking that when you lift off, it does slow down. Performance, I would say that it's slightly not as immediately blistering crazy as I remember from the other car, but it's there. Yeah, I guess actually it is there. You know, once you put your foot down, it definitely goes. Yeah, I mean it's very quick. It's not like punch you in the back quick, but it is kind of builds steadily, sort of quick. Honestly, you're not gonna see a lot of difference in terms of the sensation of driving the all-wheel drive versus the rear-wheel drive, because you know the cars are so planted and so sorted, and of course it's sort of when the electronics are in play here, which you can't actually see them in action, but you know that they're doing their stuff. But what it does also tell you is that maybe you don't necessarily need to go for the all-wheel drive, because actually you know, everything that you need from this sort of car, you're getting with this. And also this is a bit lighter. So theoretically, it'll give you more range as well. And it'll just feel a bit more nimble. So in that sense, it actually makes sense, I suppose. Okay, so a quick drive in the Seal rear-wheel drive version as opposed to the all-wheel drive that I previously drove. And to be honest, it's like, you know, if you want to save a bit of money, just get this one, because there isn't really that much difference. And the fact is that unless you are concerned about needing the reassurance of having that all-wheel drive, I don't feel that you will really need it that much, you know, unless, you know, you're concerned about where you might live or the sort of surfaces that you regularly tackle, or if you're concerned about, you know, but I mean, you know, even in terms of the wet weather, it's not, I mean, with all the systems that these cars have now, you're not exactly going to lose grip. I mean, there's no sense of losing grip, you know, of the rear-wheel drive system catching you out at any point. There's no sense of that whatsoever, even under full acceleration. I mean, just here, you know, just like stopping and then, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's just a gradual build. You stomp on the throttle, it's a gradual build. It's not like it's going to go whoomp, you know, and spin the rear wheels or anything like that. So anyway, very nice, very serene drive. Definitely one to look at. If you're looking at the Seal, maybe take the rear wheel drive out as well before you make the decision about which one you're going to go for, because it might be that this is the one you should just go for.
Yo, it's quantum races, tales from the future's face. 13 stories gonna take you to outer space. From Martian canyons deep to Dubai's high rise. Secret lives, AI drives to the man who flies. Pedal to the metal in a 325. Race through time, keeping hope alive. AI takeovers, more lines than blur. Get your engines ready, rev it up for sure. Quantum races, lessons at the finish line. Fast-paced fiction to blow your mind. Tap and turn, more survivals to grind. Get lost in the pages, see what you find. Past predators hunt, tomorrow's man leads. Dystopian dreams where the future feeds. From India to the Middle East, stories collide. Uncharted roads in this epic ride. Jump in the driver's seat, feel the thrill. Speeding through the cosmos, chasing that chill. Worlds without real secrets to unfold. In quantum races, legends are told. Quantum races, lessons at the finish line. Fast-paced fiction to blow your mind. Tap and turn, more survivals to grind. Get lost in the pages, see what you find.
Shout out time, guys. Thank you so much. Hey, if you enjoy my content, why not get involved? Buy me a coffee. You can do that at either of these links, or if you're watching on YouTube, buy me a thanks or take out a membership. It all helps. It really does.